Your friend's depressed. Here's how you actually help, not make it worse. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zachy, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's incredibly close to home for a lot of people: how to support a friend who's depressed. Maybe you're here because someone you care about isn't doing well, and you don't know how to help. Maybe they've stopped responding to texts, canceled plans again, or just don't seem like themselves anymore. It can be heartbreaking, right? And confusing. But just by being here, watching this, you're already showing up in a way that matters. So take a breath and let's have this conversation, human to human. Let's start by talking about what depression really is, and more importantly, what it isn't. Depression is not just sadness. It's not being lazy. It's not a lack of willpower. It's a complex mental health condition that impacts how someone feels, thinks, and behaves. It can drain a person's energy, motivation, sleep, appetite, and even their hope. Some people might still smile and go to work, and others might completely withdraw. Depression wears many masks. It's not always visible, but it's always heavy. And if someone you care about is carrying that weight, your compassion and consistency can help lighten the load. But before we get into the good stuff, what you can do, let's talk about what you shouldn't. A lot of well-meaning advice can backfire. Telling someone to look on the bright side or snap out of it doesn't help. It usually makes them feel worse. Avoid saying things like, "You're overthinking, other people have it worse," or "You're being dramatic." Depression doesn't respond to logic, and these kinds of statements might sound like you're brushing their feelings aside. Remember, this isn't about fixing them. It's about walking beside them without judgment. So what can you do? First, and honestly most importantly, be there. No fancy words required. Just being present, checking in, sitting next to them, or sending a message that says, "Hey, I'm thinking of you." That kind of quiet, consistent support speaks volumes. Even if they don't respond right away, they notice. It matters. Sometimes your presence is a thing that anchors them when they feel like they're drifting. Second, listen without trying to fix. When your friend opens up, don't rush to give advice or steer the conversation. Let them talk. Let them cry, rant, or sit in silence. Reflect what you hear with phrases like, "That sounds really tough," or "Thanks for sharing that with me." You don't need solutions. You need empathy. You're not there to pull them out of the dark. You're there to sit with them until they feel ready to move again. Now, let's talk about the power of tiny acts of kindness. When someone's depressed, even basic tasks can feel overwhelming. So things like sending a funny meme, dropping off a coffee, or offering to do laundry together might seem small, but they're not. These gestures remind your friend that they're not forgotten, that someone cares enough to show up without being asked. That kind of love can be a lifeline. Another key way to support your friend is to gently encourage them to seek professional help. Therapy, counseling, medication. These aren't signs of weakness. They're acts of courage. You can say something like, "I know it's hard, but talking to someone might help you feel less alone. I can help you find someone if you want." Don't push. Just open the door. Offer to walk with them through it, or just let them know you'll be there on the other side, no matter how long it takes. That brings us to a hard but necessary truth. You have to respect their pace. Your friend might take forever to respond, cancel plans at the last minute, or go days without talking. It's not about you. It's about how heavy everything feels for them right now. Depression steals motivation and energy, so be patient. Keep showing up with softness and without expectations. Your consistency can be a safe place in a world that feels unpredictable to them. Also, and this part is for you, don't forget to take care of yourself. Supporting someone with depression can be emotionally exhausting, especially if you feel like nothing you're doing is working. You're allowed to set boundaries. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to feel frustrated or sad or confused. Talk to your own support system, decompress, and give yourself grace. You matter too. You can't pour from an empty cup, and being a good friend doesn't mean burning yourself out. Now, what if things seem really serious? Like, really serious? If your friend talks about wanting to disappear, feeling hopeless, or hints at not wanting to be here anymore, please, take it seriously. Don't ignore it. Don't assume it's just a bad day. Be honest. Say something like, I'm really worried about you. I think we need to talk to someone who can help. Help them find a hotline, a therapist, or a crisis service. In some cases, you may need to call for help yourself. I know it's scary, but you're not overreacting. You're protecting someone who might not be able to protect themselves in that moment. Here's the real truth. You don't need to be a mental health expert to make a difference. You don't need to have the right words or the perfect advice. Sometimes being a steady presence in someone's life, checking in, holding space, being kind, that's the most healing thing you can do. You're not there to save them. You're there to remind them that they're worth saving and that they're not alone. Even when everything inside them is telling them otherwise, your friend might not say thank you. They might not even realize how much your support matters. But someday, maybe weeks or months or even years from now, they'll remember that you were there, that you didn't give up on them, that you saw them when they felt invisible. And that kind of friendship, that's priceless. So thank you, seriously, for being that kind of person. The kind who cares enough to listen, learn, and love without needing to fix. The world needs more of that. And your friend, they're lucky to have you in their corner. If this video gave you something to think about, or if you believe someone else needs to hear it, please give a like, share it, and subscribe to Adzakaprat. We're building a community that has real conversations, that supports each other through the messy human parts of life. And you're already part of it. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you in the next one.